this is Dr. Mimi and I'm back at you with another YouTube video. Today I want to talk to the teachers and I would like to ask, what in the heck is going on? I was watching the news today and I see that at an elementary school in California there were two teachers who have been arrested for allegedly having some inappropriate behaviors with students, whether it was taking pictures, and I think one of them they said it had semen and having the kids taste it. I mean, just very disturbing things that are going on. And my question to teachers, if you're watching this video, is what are we doing to our profession? If we are behaving in this manner, then how can we expect respect? We demand, higher pay. We don't want to be held accountable for our actions. We, want to blame kids. But then these type of things happen. And I know it is not every teacher. It is not even every child when we talk about children with behavior issues. But how can we bring up the reputation of our profession if we're constantly being put down or have individuals that come into the profession that are not representable of the profession or what we like the profession to be? I think back to, I think it was back in September or October, there was a teacher that stated she felt like she was a warden in a jail. She had third grade students, and I'm assuming they were just that bad that she couldn't control them, so she, compared herself to being a warden. Well, if you feel this way, then why are you here? Parents send us the best that they have. They send us their children. They send them to us with all kinds of problems. I mean, we cannot control the socioeconomic status of children. We cannot control the social, the cultural differences. We cannot control, a lot. We cannot control if it's single parents. We can't control those type of things. But we can control what we do to make these children feel welcome, to make them feel like we care. I've learned a long time ago, and I've said in other videos, that when children know we care, they perform. They want to make you happy. If things aren't well at home and they live in an environment where their parents are arguing or fighting, or there's some alcohol abuse or there's some drug abuse, when these kids come to us and we love them and we care for them and we show them that, they're going to perform, because you know what? They don't want to let us down, because no one at home is saying, you know what, you did a great job today. I'm so proud of you. But when we're saying, when we're making comments like, I feel like a warden, how are we portraying that comment? When we're in the classroom, how are we treating those kids? Are we smiling? Are we being happy? Are we excited about our job? Or are we looking like, you know what, I can't wait until that bell rings so it's time to go home? Or are we abusing the kids verbally? When you yell at a kid, I've seen teachers do it. You think that I understand you're reprimanding and you feel the need to maybe raise your voice, but is it always necessary to raise your voice? No. Some of us learn that the hard way, and some, because sometimes you raise your voice at a kid and they come back at you and they become, inappropriate. So then you've got a battle going on between you and the child. It's who's going to win, because no one's going to give up. So to all the teachers out there, what I'm saying to you is, what in the heck is going on? What are we doing? Parents want to send their kids to a place where they feel safe, where they're secure, where they are loved, where and kids want to come to a place where they're getting something from it. How can we expect them to learn from us if we aren't treating them fairly? So just think about everything that's gone on, and this case right now is very disturbing, because first of all, you got to say, how were these type of individuals allowed to be in a school so long? It was reported that students had come to the guidance counselor, parents had come to administration. Why was this not handled? Why was it not dealt with? I know in Virginia, educators are mandatory reporters. So it's not my job to decide whether or not the child is telling the truth. it is my job to report. It's social services or whatever other type of agency that gets involved. It's their job to determine that there is proof or evidence that something has gone on. I mean, and what are we, what has happened to these children? Now the ones that were being abused, they've probably lost their faith in the educational system. They, won't trust teachers anymore. And then you know what? They're going to start exhibiting behaviors, negative, inappropriate behaviors. And then they're going to be in someone's class and the teacher's going to say, oh, I can't control them because they're so bad and they're doing all these things. But who did it to them? People in the education profession. So just something for you to think about. I know some people aren't going to like this, but you know what? If you aren't doing this, then it does not affect you. What I'm saying is open your eyes to reality. Things are happening. They're happening in our school, whether they're negative or positive. Things are always happening, and we have to be vocal. We have to start looking at the system and saying, okay, this is not the appropriate thing to do. This is not the respectful thing to do. And, better yet, if you don't want to be there, go home. Thanks. Have a good day, and I hope you enjoy the video, and there will be more to come.